The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has delivered a brutal reality check to Western intelligence, declaring the launch of a firestorm consisting of 4,300 heavy weapons, including 700 ballistic missiles and 3,600 suicide drones aimed directly at U.S. and Israeli assets. While Tehran maintains a veil of silence over its military losses, the toll on its infrastructure is catastrophic. Domestic reports claim over 54,000 civilian structures have been pulverized by retaliatory strikes, reducing hundreds of medical facilities to rubble and claiming the lives of numerous healthcare workers. In the ire of the storm, President Donald Trump is engaged in a desperate, high-stakes phone call diplomacy, urging allies to storm the Strait of Hormuz to break Iran's iron will. However, Washington's urgency has been met with cold indifference. Allies appear to be abandoning Trump in a military gamble they view as reckless and strategically hollow. The Israel Defense Forces, IDF, maintain an uncompromising, hawkish stance. Within a 24-hour window, the Israeli Air Force hammered over 200 strategic targets in central and western Iran, intent on leveling command centers and weapons production lines. IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari issued a chilling ultimatum. Our target list remains thousands of lines long, and with every passing hour, we expose a new fatal flaw in the enemy's armor. Even the U.S. diplomatic residential zones in Israel trembled as Iranian missile debris rained down, a stark reminder that no inch of ground is truly invulnerable. Military strategists see a death script behind the 4,300 missile barrage. Is Iran utilizing legacy missiles as bait to bleed dry the U.S.-Israeli interceptor stockpile worth billions of dollars? Classified briefings from the U.S. Congress suggest a shocking reality. Iran may be hoarding up to 50% of its most advanced arsenal in deep underground bunkers, ready to strike the moment the enemy's air defense grid fractures. At sea, the atmosphere in the Strait of Hormuz is thick with the scent of gunpowder. Iranian General Ali Mohammedini has openly challenged President Trump. If you truly believe the Iranian Navy has been neutralized, dare to send your warships across Line 34. Reality currently favors Tehran, as the world's most critical maritime artery remains paralyzed. 90% of traffic volume has been severed, 20% of global crude oil is trapped in transit, at least 20 transport vessels have been attacked or seized. Facing an imminent economic meltdown, Trump is scrambling to forge an international minesweeping and escort coalition, labeling the allies' silence a stab in the back to the NATO alliance. Yet the global response has been tepid. Japan, Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi refused to deploy troops, promising only a legal review. Australia bluntly rejected the request for warships. South Korea shifted responsibility to a deeply divided parliament. Europe, both the UK and Germany, expressed extreme skepticism, arguing that expanding the theater of war to the Strait would only add fuel to the fire. An economic nightmare is knocking at the White House door. As Iran tightens its grip on the jugular of Hormuz, oil prices have skyrocketed past $100 per barrel, driving U.S. gas prices up by 65 cents per gallon amidst a sensitive pre-election period. The International Energy Agency warns this is the worst supply disruption in history. Under suffocating pressure, advisors are urging Trump to declare victory early to extract the U.S. from this quagmire. But what is victory when the two sides hold polar opposite definitions? For the U.S., it is the eradication of nuclear potential. For Iran, merely standing tall after the rain of fire is a historic triumph. Currently, mediation efforts by Oman and Saudi Arabia have hit a wall as Iran presents impossible demands: war reparations and a guarantee of non-aggression. According to former diplomat Simon Gass, Iran believes it has seized the world's Achilles heel: global oil prices. The conflict seems destined to end only when Trump feels the financial and political cost has breached the limit of American endurance. Despite claiming Iran will need 10 years to rebuild and asserting that the enemy's air force is extinct, the reality suggests Tehran's will to resist remains unshaken. The tit-for-tat war is no longer confined to military bases. It is bled into the civilian heartland, signaling a new escalation defined by blood and grit.